That was exciting enough. I was speechless after looking at the reverse side of the postcard. It was a note written in 1909 by my grandmother. I love hearing from all of you who watch our videos and listen to the podcast and share your successes with the ideas that we're sharing here on Genealogy Gems. And I wanted to share with you an email that I got from one of our viewers who put into practice some search techniques over at eBay based on a video we were talking about old postcards. Nancy writes, a big thank you. After watching one of your YouTube videos, I went on eBay and I searched for postcards related to Brownville, Maine. I was excited to find a postcard showing downtown Brownville in 1909 or so. The picture showed the general store owned and run by my grandfather and great-grandfather. That was exciting enough. I was speechless after looking at the reverse side of the postcard. Oh, good for you for checking on the other side. It was a note written in 1909, written by my grandmother to her cousin's wife. Not many with my grandmother's unmistakable handwriting out there. So who knows what kind of journey the card has had in the last 114 years, from Maine in 1909 to me in Indiana in the 21st century, and the seller is from Terre Haute, about 40 miles from me. Thank you for your suggestions. I'm glad I found you. Nancy, I'm glad you found me too, and I am so glad that you took the time to get back in touch with me and let me know how you're using these strategies. I think that's amazing. And I have to just reiterate that I think the ebay.com website is just potentially a treasure trove for everybody because of the amount of old photographs, family Bibles, and of course, a huge volume of old historic postcards. And keep in mind that old postcards were not all just, professionally produced. A lot of them were locally produced, and they featured photographs right there from your old hometown. I also want to share some additional genealogy news with you going on these days. We've talked about Goldie May here on the show, and Goldie May has added AI to its web app. The company says it's built AI for genealogy. So what exactly can the AI assist do? Well, it's fine-tuned specifically for genealogy research. The owner of the company walked me through the paces on a Zoom call the other day, and it really is something. And it's a wonderful addition, I think, to an already really great genealogy app that, of course, is available through your app store for your web browser. They said it can reach sources that other AI services can't, and it has enterprise-grade privacy. You can analyze your ancestors. So they say you can bring in an ancestor from any web-based tree. The AI reads and analyzes what you have and suggests what you should do next. You can search for records. It runs searches across Family Search, Ancestry, MyHeritage, and newspaper websites like newspaper.com, Genealogy Bank, and Storied. It can evaluate results. So you don't just get a list of results. The AI evaluates what it finds, and it explains which records are most promising. It can even write citations and transcribe. So you can let AI handle the tedious work of writing citations and transcribing handwritten documents. It works with any tree, Family Search, Ancestry, or any web-based tree. You can screenshot your ancestor or connect directly to Family Search. And they also emphasize their enterprise-grade privacy. So they say that your data is never trained on and your data is only used by you. And one of the things I thought was really interesting during the demo was the fact that you could choose which AI model you want to use. So you might want to check that out. It is all built into the Goldie May app, and you can search for Goldie May in your web browser extension store. Another new AI tool that I recently featured in my Lisa's Picks column in Family Tree magazine is called Rename Click, and you'll find it at rename.click. So if you struggle with naming your files, and I think many people do, and sometimes you can have a program that generates just really cryptic file names for you, and it becomes a mess. It makes it very, very difficult to retrieve those files days or years later. So what this does is it works for both Mac and Windows, and you can batch and rename images and documents. You can search the files by their actual content, and then automatically you can organize them into categories using local AI. So you could transform messy file names like, 49908b.pdf into something that you could really use, like Smith Richard birth certificate.pdf. Now you've got the name and you've got what the actual record is in that file. You can rename hundreds of files in minutes with complete privacy. You don't have to upload anything. So this is an option for you if you like the newest and shiniest AI tools and you're struggling with naming conventions for your files. This is a great way to go. And finally, friend of the show, Sunny Morton, has published a new book, and it's all about Catholic nun research. If you happen to have a nun somewhere in your family tree, you may have already discovered how difficult it can be to research them. So her new book is called Searching for Sisters, a guide to researching Catholic nuns in the United States. And she covers things like why they are so elusive, why there are so few records that you can kind of get your hands on, how to identify a woman's religious order and locate the archive for it, what rich historical and genealogical records might be in those archives. She also dives into the path and the terminology of religious life, and you really have to understand that in order to be able to use the right keywords and terms as you're doing your searching. She talks about how to move beyond the religious archive records and move into other types of records. How are you going to find these nuns in census records? And how to find other people, maybe students, in records that are kept by religious organizations. So if you have a nun in your family tree, this book is available for pre-order over at genealogical.com. All right. Well, that's the latest genealogy news here from Genealogy Gems. I hope you stay in touch with us. Be sure and click the subscribe button and then click the little notification bell if you're watching this in the video format. And of course, we also make this available through our audio podcast through all the major podcasting apps. Best way to stay in touch with me, go to genealogygems.com, and there you'll find all of our content. Plus, you're going to find my free email newsletter. And the cool thing about getting that is that you're also going to get a free ebook with your first email. So we'll look forward to seeing you over there. Thank you so much for listening, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.